guys, and welcome back to another episode of Change Wired podcast. My name is Angela Shorina. I'm your host. I'm your partner in change, in transformation, in unlocking more human potential and living our greatest lives. And today, by the end of this podcast episode, guys, you're going to see a little bit more into coaching process and why it's so effective, and most importantly, how you can apply it to yourself and people you lead or you want to succeed, like your team, your family, your partner, your kids, your parents, your spouses. You're gonna understand how you can apply a simple tweak in your approach to goals or creating change of behavior and achieving certain results that will make the whole process almost as certain as Navy SEALs mission. Let's start with a little bit of a story. March is approaching and it's going to be new season, new month soon, and you're probably making some plans to change. Maybe it's your personal diet or fitness or something you do for business development or content creation or better communication for better relationships, whatever that might be. And have you ever made a plan and then starting March 1st and then the plan didn't work? Or you didn't work for the plan, or life got in the way, or stuff happened. Most of my clients have been there many times before our work together. And heck, I've been there many, many times myself. And then I learned a different process. And then now I'm helping my clients to apply the same process that sets the plan, whatever plan you have, for success almost every time. And the key differentiator is we never stop the planning at the point of planning. We go straight into prepping for the plan. And I'm going to explain to you what it means in a minute. So you can then simply apply it to all of your goals and plans to, again, make them almost as certain as Navy SEALs plans. Think about it. Imagine a Navy SEAL unit, like special operations or forces going on a mission to save the world or someone or a country. And they're heading into the mission with zero prep for the plan. They just make a goal and decide we're just gonna go and winging. We have a rough plan and we're gonna figure it out as we land on Monday morning or March 1st or whatever that date. Sounds ridiculous, right? We'd never accept that kind of preparation for high stakes mission, whether that's, military mission or work mission or just working with other people. But when it comes to our own goals, the things we're doing solo for our own stakes, even though I would argue our life is the biggest stake, because without us succeeding in our life to some degree, we are limiting our impact in other people's lives at work or for our families, spouses, again, kids. But that's exactly what most of us do. We are winging the plan when it comes to our own goals where not so many people are involved. And that's exactly why we fail. And that's exactly why changing the way you prep for the plan and doing it more like Navy SEALs, not like just how you usually do it, that's how we start working with my clients. That's how I now work on my goals. And that's how you can make your follow through on the plan almost as reliable as a Navy SEALs mission. Here's the step-by-step process. First step, you do start with intention. You do need to understand why you're doing that. So in case it gets challenging, which it certainly will, you have the good reason to actually persist and persevere instead of quitting, right? Because if it doesn't matter that much, why try harder? Just, go do other thing or rest. So intention is very important, but not just vague intention, something very tangible, something really important to the core of you, to your values, to who you are as a person. And also it has to be clear, in terms of, you gotta understand how you gonna end up there, like how you will know that you are there, what it exactly done looks like, how will you know that you arrive? And it's gonna be that clear that if you describe to me as a movie, I could see that movie in my own head, not just you could sort of articulate and say it out loud. So intention has to be there, and it has to be very clear. Why are we doing that, and how will we know that we actually got there? Planning the exact step-by-step from prep to all the way to full execution, like as much as possible. It is very important. What are all the pieces that need to be thought about or come together to make your intention a logical outcome? So it's not just a hope, it's actual possible result based on what we know about reality. But I would say that's not even the most important part. The most important part, where I spend with my clients during our sessions quite some time these days, is preparing for the plan. And I say that's where all plans go to die. What I mean by that is, after you plan, like, okay, let's say I want to improve my health, and this week I'm going to be focusing, or this month I'm going to be focusing on me eating healthy. And I'm going to be eating vegetables, I'm going to be eating more protein, I'm going to be eating less scrap, I'm going to be drinking more water, whatever that might be, right? So you have this like rough plan, but have you actually prepared everything for this plan to easily succeed? So it just slides into the unfolding day effortlessly. Let's say a client wants to improve their eating again starting March 1st to get into their best shape for summer. Before we begin the action, at this session, when we made this plan and commitment and intention, we talked about why it's important and what exactly we want to achieve. We then start walking through everything. What exactly are you going to eat? When? When will you get the food? Where? How will you prepare it? When and where will you cook it? When will you prepare it for easy eating, even if it's on the go, so that on March 1st, all you have to do is eat it? What happens on your busy mornings? What do you eat when you're out? When you're running late and have to sprint to a meeting or catch a bus? What are your to-go emergency snacks? What do you order when you are in a restaurant? On a Monday morning, when you need to rush through everything and you tend to skip breakfast altogether, how can we make sure that even then the breakfast you are proud of happens? Boil your eggs in advance, peel them, put them in Ziploc bags in the fridge, put protein powder in your shaker, have many shakers, each in different locations, your car, your office, your home, put it in your car with some water, get some dried meat, some apples there as well, just in case. We poke as many holes in the plan as possible before we start, so that just like a Navy SEAL, no matter what life throws at you, you are prepared to keep going and following through with the plan, right? And that's the key difference very often, and explains why so many diets, why so many strategies in companies just kind of fade into business as usual or life as usual and never stick, because you never actually build systems making it effortless, that new behavior, this new routine, this new, culture, as easy and effortless as the old behavior, while removing all the support for the old things that you don't want to do, like removing, ice cream from your fridge, or all the stuff that you shouldn't be eating, not going to places where you can get some, foods that you don't want to be eating. How do you put all of the things in place for the right things to happen and remove all of the support for the wrong things that you don't want to happen anymore? So that's like the main point. And now think about your plan, about your goals. Does the prep support Does a prep support the success, easy success, even on the worst days of your plans? And if you're helping someone else to succeed with their goals, with their actions, help them to do the same. Help them to build the systems, not try to make them more disciplined or willpower or somehow less busy or somehow change their minds so they're more focused. Don't change the people, change the systems. And then, of course, accountability. Like compared to high-stakes mission, we usually don't have that much accountability with ourselves. But who said we have to do it by ourselves without any accountability or support? Who's going to keep an eye on you? Who can you enroll to help you execute so you don't feel like you're on this mission alone? People who care about you, your family, your team, people who can check on you and help to execute on it. Who is on your team, right? You don't have to do it alone. And in fact, a lot of people will be happy to help you. And in fact, accountability is one of the most powerful tool to empower your prep and your planning so that you don't forget and you actually have, more skin in the game to follow through. Accountability significantly increases adherence or follow through in things like health treatments. It has been shown to increase adherence by over 100% in some cases, is NIH or National Institute of Health shows. Accountability. Social element of it. We humans care so much about how we look in other people's eyes, and when we need to do something for other people or somebody else keeps an eye on us, that's such a well-known phenomenon. So use it now that you know it. And then, of course, you measure, you track, you reflect, you adjust, and you keep going until where you want to be. Life won't follow your plan, will not follow your plan. Some things you were sure would work, won't. Some things won't give you the result you expected. And that's okay, guys. That's life. You learn, you adjust, you prep again, you ask someone else to keep you accountable, you do better, you repeat, and eventually you get where you want to go. So to sum it up, but before we sum it up, don't forget to rate, review, share this podcast episode with one person who might be struggling with not getting through, some mass or some friction and not making progress on the things that are really important to them. Please share this podcast with that person and help them understand why they might be in their own way and how to get through that. Right? Share, review, rate, help more ambitious and people who care about the world and about personal and collective growth and positive impact, help more people to have the opportunity to do their best. But besides that, let's sum up. As we are heading into March and you are doing some new season planning, ask yourself, not how can I be better or become a different person, but what step might I be skipping that's making my plans fail more than they could? And wink wink, it's probably something along the lines of preparation and accountability and systems. And if you lead a team or a family unit and want to help them succeed with their plans, ask them, make sure that they are aware of this fact that it's not them that's failing their plans. It's the systems they don't put in place. So their brain, the lazy, always looking for the easy thing, always forgetting things, so their brain can actually succeed. Help them set themselves for success. And a short mission readiness checklist for your goals and plans in March. 5-step process. Number 1, intention. Have I visualized the movie of success? What does it matter? What exactly success is? Plan. Do I have the linear steps defined? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. At least a rough plan. How are we going to get there? What do I need to have in place? But then what do we need to have in place? Step number 3. Have I poked holes in the plan and have the how, the when fully logistically taken care of, so my plan has no chance but to succeed even on the worst days, especially on the worst days. Accountability. Who is enrolled to watch me? Who is on my team? Number 5, measure, adjust. Am I ready to pivot when life gets in the way? Am I doing the thing that's bringing me the results? Right? Measure, adjust, reflect, and repeat. Keep going. And that's it for today, guys. Hope you got some value in this quick episode, and now you're gonna be executing on your plans a lot better with some behavioral science and coaching methodologies in your pocket. So again, the point of today's episode: don't try to become a different person or find more discipline and willpower. Instead, build better systems, create some accountability prep like a Navy SEAL would to succeed in any terrain, and be amazed how much more success you can create without any additional discipline. Hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for listening, and till next time, keep growing.